That's insecurity. That is insecurity within us that allows us to take a situation and look at that situation and say, they're talking about me because of how I feel about me. I feel like she may not have felt pretty that day. She may not have felt like she was all that day. And because people say, people think, they talk about me, instead of dealing with the real hurt that she was dealing with. That's what happened with us. Truth be told, when I was telling that story about my supervisor, that was what was happening with me. Because instead of it being, maybe I could be working harder, maybe I could be working smarter, maybe I could be doing something else to build these relationships up, maybe I could be doing more, instead of that, it was, she's on my back. She's stressing me out. My insecurity in me being able to say, I might not be good enough for this. This is the largest portfolio I ever ran. And because of this portfolio being the way that it is, maybe I can't handle it. That insecurity I was dealing with then started to manifest into, it's her fault. We have to be cautious with the thoughts that we have in our head, and we allow them to become reality, that we allow them to be a label. Because when we allow that to happen, then we start to put in a space where now our pain that's already forward. That does not sound like anything that God has in store for me. I'm sorry. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, says the Lord. Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you future and a hope." If God is thinking these things about you, if God is thinking those things about me, if God is thinking these things, if this is his thoughts about us, then who are we to say that we have any thoughts? How? Who are we to say that when God says, I have thoughts of you to give you a hope and a future, to prosper you? I want you all to do is remember that verse, right? That's a popular verse. Everybody know that verse. But keep that verse in your head when those thoughts are coming up to say, no, to give me a hope. That don't sound hopeful. That don't sound like a future. That sounds like death. Because my God says that his thoughts, could you imagine? Or maybe I do, them brownies. But was that what the enemy places in our head. Those preachers that's like, that's my first call. Be able to not forget the Gideon. We're going to go back to Gideon. I want you to do this